Hi guys, and welcome back to TomTalks. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And today we're going to be looking at the BRIT Award nominations for 2023. The award ceremony I won't be able to watch this year because it's on a Saturday, weirdly. I don't know why they've changed the date. But it's on the same day as a Carly Rae Jepsen concert I'm going to, I believe. So I won't be able to see it, which is a shame. I'm interested to see who will win. But let's get straight into the nominations. Song of the Year, we've got H and Ashanti with Baby, which decent track. Catbirds Go, I enjoyed Dave Starlight, a track that grew on me. Oh God, that awful Ed Sheeran and Elton John Christmas song is there. Baddest of them all, Eliza Rose and Interplanetary Criminal, absolute banger. George Ezra, Green Grass, it's alright, I guess. Harry Styles, As It Was, that grew on me. I quite like that bit now. Lewis Capaldi, Forget Me. Still don't see the appeal of Lewis Capaldi. LF System's Afraid to Feel. That track did lose its enjoyment factor a bit, but still a decent house cut. And Sam Smith and Kim Petras with Unholy, which was good collaboration between those two. I probably would want Baddest of Them All to win. I think that's the best track here. I'd also be happy to see Go win, or Unholy, or Afraid to Feel. The only tracks I really wouldn't want to see win is the Lewis Capaldi song is completely awful. I'm just not a fan. But that Ed Sheeran and Elton John track, did that come out like 2 years ago? I wonder why that's here. But yeah, there is obviously better songs that could have been on this list, but they've gone with like the fairly popular ones. Who will win? I kind of get the feeling it will probably go to Harry Styles, As It Was, because that was the most popular track of last year, but we'll see, I guess. Best New Artist, we've got Koji Radical. When the Brit Awards say Best New Artist, they mean, oh, this artist, we've actually heard of them now, not that they're new, because I mean, Koji Radical, as much as I'm happy to see him here, and I think he deserves to be nominated and potentially win a Brit Award, he's not new, he's been going around a while. Rina Sawayama, the same. Obviously, she is now mainstream popular, and I did quite enjoy her second project, so I'm happy to see her here. But she wasn't nominated before because basically she is a Japanese citizen, and you can't have dual citizenship if you're Japanese, so initially she wasn't eligible for a Brit Award or a Mercury Prize, etc. But they've changed the working of it, so she can now, even though she doesn't have British citizenship, be nominated for a Brit Award, which, you know, I think is fair enough considering the circumstances. And then we've got Mimi Webb, Sam Ryder, and Wet Leg. I want Koji Radical to win a Brit Award. I loved his new albums. I think he deserves it. I'd be very happy to see Rina or Wet Leg win as well. The other two, I mean, Mimi Webb's fine, but I just don't think she stands out too much. And Sam Ryder, I mean, Spaceman was cool, but I don't know. I feel his career is not going to have too great longevity in it, personally. Who do I think will win? Probably Wet Leg, I imagine, because they've had the most nominations, but we'll see. Artist of the Year, we've got Central C, Fred Again, George Ezra, Harry Styles, and Stormzy. I would love to see Fred Again win this award. The fact he's even nominated, I think, is great. Like, I'm glad he's getting the respect he deserves because he's such a talented producer. Like, his new project was very good. He's also released loads of great tracks. He's definitely one of the most talented producers coming out of the UK and the world in general at the moment. I think what he does with his use of sampling, he's great. I'd also be happy to see Stormzy win as well. I thought his new project was very good. Who is going to win? Probably Harry Styles, I imagine, because he is the most popular person here. Maybe Central C, because he's quite popular now because of that Doja track. I'm glad that's not nominated for Song of the Year. That was an awful track. Well, not awful, it's just, again, it's cringe. I'm going to stop talking about it being cringe because people get the message. I don't like the song. I will say, though, the fact that no women have been nominated for Artist of the Year is, I think, a bit of an insult, really. I know why they did this, so that gender neutral and non-binary people like Sam Smith, for example, can be included in this award. But if you're not going to nominate any women, then, like, you know, well, make it 10 nominees, but then I guess, you know, it's kind of, they're doing that for inclusivity's sake, I guess. I think there is plenty of women who deserve to be on this list, and I mean, you could make the argument about Sam Smith. I think Sam Smith had one song this year, so maybe next year would be more appropriate. There's been a lot of women who've had a very good year this year who deserve to be on here. So, yeah, I don't know. Personally, I think... But it's one of them ones, really. The Brit Awards have made a few mistakes this year. We'll look into one of those other ones later. Group of the year, we got the 1975. Haven't really listened to their new music yet, to be quite honest, but I do need to get around to that now. Arctic Monkeys, I think their new stuff's been fine, nothing extraordinary. Bad Boy Chiller Crew, I've not been massive on their new stuff, but I'm happy to see them here. I think they deserve it. The Nova Twins, that's cool to see them here, and Wet Leg as well. I can see it going to maybe like the Arctic Monkeys on the 1975. Personally, I would give it to Wet Leg, but yeah, I could imagine one of the first two winning it. International Group of the Year, we've got Blackpink, Drake and 21 Savage for that Her Loss record. First Aid Kit, I don't think I've heard First Aid Kit's new music. I need to get onto that. Fontaine's DC and Gabriel's. To be quite honest, I've not listened to a lot of the material from these artists. I guess I like First Aid Kit the most, but who do I think's going to win? I reckon probably Drake and 21 Savage, maybe Blackpink. That one's really sticking out to me in that award, International Group of the Year this year at the moment. Best Pop and R&B Act. This is one of the public votes. It's on TikTok though, so I can't vote because I don't have TikTok. And I'm not going to get TikTok just to vote on an award show. So we got Cat Burns, Charlie XCX, Dua Lipa, Harry Styles, Sam Smith. Now, as much as I think a lot of these artists deserve to be on here, Cat Burns obviously has had a fantastic year. Go, one of the biggest songs of the year. Charlie XCX is fantastic. I'm glad to see her getting her dues. Dua Lipa being on here is a bit weird because she's not really released too much music this year. I feel like you could have included someone else. Harry Styles been on here, fair enough. And then Sam Smith, of course, like Unheard, was a massive single. But there is no R&B acts on this list. And to call it Pop R&B Award, it's kind of an insult. And the Brit Awards did this last year as well. There is so many talented R&B artists in the world of R&B. Mahalia, Bella, Kadeem Tyrell are just free off the top of my head. There's probably loads more that I can think of, mainstream or not mainstream. But R&B's not been represented here. And when someone like Dua Lipa is on here, who quite frankly hasn't released a lot of music this year, Sam Smith hasn't released a lot of music this year either, it's, you know. And also, pop and R&B are quite different genres, so to have them together is a bit odd. Like rock alternative, similar sounds, fair enough. Rap and drill, similar sounds, fair enough. But I think it's kind of an insult not to have a pop R&B award and have no R&B artists on here whatsoever. I think it's kind of an insult, to be honest. And I think the Brit Awards really need to do their research on that. But out of the nominees here, I would probably... And to be honest, Rita should be on here ahead of Dua Lipa, personally, considering that Rita's had a good year and she's released more music than Dua Lipa. Personally, I'd want to see Charlie XCX win. I love Charlie XCX. I love her music. Be happy to see Cat Burns win as well, but it's probably going to be Harry Styles, isn't it? Best Rock and Alternative Act, we got the 1975, Arctic Monkeys, Nova Twins, Tom Grennan, and Wet Leg. And would love to see Wet Leg win. I think they got a chance, but also there's the 1975 and the Arctic Monkeys here, so, you know. Tom Grennan, I don't think I've heard much of Tom Grennan's new stuff. In fact, no, I have, but I don't know. He's one of those artists that are, like, fine, but I don't love their music. Best Dance Act, we've got Becky Hill, Bonobo, which is really cool. I did not expect Bonobo to get nominated for a Brit Award. That's a Brit and a Grammy nomination for him now, so well done to him. Calvin Harris, Eliza Rose, and Fred again. I would like to see this award go to Fred again, personally, for reasons I've explained before. And I think he probably will win. I know Becky Hill won last year. I think, you know, she's released some good tracks this year, but not her best material. Bonobo would be cool. Calvin had some decent stuff this year, but overall his album I was kind of like middling with. And Eliza Rose, you know, baddest of them all was a banger, but She released one good song this year. Well, she's probably released other stuff, but I've just not got around to it. Best hip hop grime rap act. Now this is another one. Ash Drill, I think. Again, there is no grime artist on here now. Yes, Stormzy, Dave, and H, and I think even Central C, Once Upon a Time, have all done grime before, but there is no grime artist on this list, so to call it that is a bit disingenuous. And I feel like the Brit Awards should probably just drop the grime thing off the award if they're not going to nominate grime artists on here. Like, there's no DEE, Kamikaze, Big Zoo. There's no one like that on this list. So, Mangus said Hilaire. There's no one on here who's grime. So if you're not going to nominate grime artists, then don't call it a grime award. Best hip-hop drill rap act would probably do just fine. Grime is not the in thing now. The Brit Awards aren't going to acknowledge it. So to acknowledge it in the award title is just a bit odd. It's not, I guess, as big a deal as like the R&B thing, but like, you know, if you're not going to represent grime, then don't put it in your award title. I want Loyal Carter to win this award. I think he's had a very good year, and I loved his new album. To be honest, Stormzy being here is a bit odd. I guess he has done a few rap tracks, but most of his new project was R&B and soul inspired, so him being here is a bit weird, I guess. Dave and H have released a few. H's new album was decent. Dave has released a few decent tunes, but yeah, I'd like to see Lord Carter win. Who do I think will win? I get the feeling Central C might win this award because he's like the most popular guy in the UK at the moment. International Artist of the Year, we got Beyonce, Burna Boy, Kendrick Lamar, Lizzo, and Taylor Swift. I would like Kendrick to win this award. I think he deserves it. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers was a very big album, and it was a very good album. I imagine Taylor Swift will win the award though. Or maybe Beyonce. I'd be happy for Beyonce to win as well. Renaissance was a very good album. I love Last, but I'm not a huge fan of Burna Boy's new material. Lizzo has got some good stuff, but it's not her best material. So yeah, Kendrick will be Beyonce for me, but I imagine it will be Taylor probably. She did have a massive album this year, even if the material on it was fine. On to International Song of the Year. Beyonce, Break My Soul, absolute banger. David Guetta, BB Rex, I'm Good Blue. I don't really see the hate for this song. A lot of people really think this is like trash. I think it's fine. It's a decent radio song. I'm not a huge fan of BB Rexa, but I think she's fine on here. David Guetta, he's not as interesting production-wise as he used to be, but I think it's fine. Fireboy, DML and Ed Sheeran, Peru, very good track. I'm glad that's here. We Don't Talk About Bruno from the Encanto soundtrack. I think this song's fine. I understand why it's here. It was very popular. Oh God, that Gale ABCDEFU track, that song is trash. I think that's a horrible, awful song. I hope that doesn't win. Jack Harlow, First Class is fine. It heavily relies on the sample, and Jack Harlow isn't the most talented of rappers, but yeah. Lizzo, About Damn Time, not a best track, but an enjoyable one. I enjoyed the Lost Frequencies and Callum Scott track, Where Are You Now? One Republic, I Am Worried. It's just, I don't know, it's one of those songs that just flies by. It's inoffensive. And then Taylor Swift, Anti-Hero, it's fine. I'm not a fan of it personally. I can see Taylor Swift winning. I could see the Beyonce track winning. I would probably go for Break My Soul personally. I will say though, how is Burna Boy Last not on this list? How is No Kendrick track on this list? How is Steve Lacy, Bad Habit not on this list? Because there is a lot of tracks on here that are... Because those tracks were all popular, and they're much better than a lot of the stuff on here, let's be honest. Like, Break My Soul, Peru, and About Damn Time are the only, like, really good tracks on here. The rest are decent to meh. And then, obviously, there's that awful ABCDFU track. That should definitely not be on this list. But, yeah, there's some songs on here that should be on this list that aren't. And finally, Album of the Year. The 1975, Being Funny in a Foreign Language, Wet Legs, self-titled album, Harry Styles, Harry's House, Stormzy, This Is What I Mean, and Fred Again, Actual Life Free. I have not listened to the new 1975 record. I've heard decent stuff about it. Very much enjoyed the new Wet Leg project. Harry Styles' Harry's House was his best project. I thought it was pretty decent. I really enjoyed the new Stormzy album, and I really enjoyed the new Fred Again album. To be honest, I would be very happy to see Wet Leg, Stormzy or Fred Again take this. I personally think that Koji Radical's Reason to Smile should be on this list as well, but it's not, which is a shame. He probably should also be nominated for Best Hip-Hop Grime Rap Act as well, but he's not, so it is what it is. I'd be happy to see Rena on here, to be honest, but yeah, I imagine Harry Styles is probably going to win. He's probably going to sweep up all the awards he's nominated for, to be honest, but it is what it is. But I would be happy to see Wet Leg, Stormzy, or Fred again take it. I enjoy all their albums to equaling degrees, probably, yeah. Overall, my thoughts, I'm very happy in some places, like Fred again getting credited, Koji Radical getting nominated, Bonobo getting nominated. Like the Brit Awards in some places is like diversifying a bit. International Group of the Year, I think, is a good example of that one as well, and the Group of the Year award as well. Like Nova Twins getting a nomination is cool too. Like they're not just going for people who are like mainstream, like popular. They're like going for people who are like popular, but like not like to the general public. But there is a lot of issues still here. I think not having any women nominated in Artist of the Year is an issue there. Having no R&B acts for a Pop R&B award is a big red herring. And also not having any grime acts in the Best Rap Hip-Hop award. It's a bit weird when you've got it called a grime award. I don't expect them to nominate it, but don't call it a grime award then, is what I would say to that, personally. But that's my thoughts. Bit of a mixed bag. Some very good things, some not very good things, but here we are. And I will give you my thoughts on the awards when they come out. What are your thoughts on this year's nominees? Are you happy with a bit less mainstream acts being nominated? Are you disappointed in certain things like I am? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And until next time, this has been another TomTalks.